picking back up on that earlier conversation I noted on Sky Scroll, you know, they're the ones in the driver's seat. But when you are chasing your first finals title of a major, I think for Sky and Scroll specifically, it becomes very difficult, I think, to not just... It's hard not to get nervous, I think, in day 2. And I think that the way that they are playing here today, though, makes me feel very confident in these two, because they're not playing like anything is pressuring them in the slightest. They are just doing whatever they want to. They are forcing the lobby to be reactive to them. It has just been the Sky and Scroll show for the bulk of today's lobbies, and they just seem to have it figured out. Right place, right time, every single time.
I mean, this whole chapter, it's been that way. It's not like this is like a recent thing. They've been so consistent. I would be very surprised if we see the nerves get to them on day 2. I mean, it's what these other duos in the top end are hoping for, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about the odds of that happening. They're just looking way too strong. Levin was saying it. It just looks like scrims they're playing. They're making it look so easy. Focus Thomas. I want to see another big game from them.
Thomas did a great job in the last lobby, even clutching up from a solo position to give them the opportunity here in Game 6 to try and close things out strong here, right? But there are just so many other unknown factors, I think, that are going to possibly kind of throw things for a loop here. Yepko Panzer, potentially one of them. Painted Palms, legendary POI for this final lobby, but it's more so the fact that they're sitting at 154 points, so it hasn't been, you know, the world's best day by any means, but it's still at least left them in a position where they can be inside that top 20 for the qualifying range of the Summit LAN, and that's really what they're trying to hold on to. They want to stay inside, especially hovering around that top 10 area. Ooh.
Yeah, cheating though. Gotta be careful. He's been put into panic by for 9 Moneymaker. They picked up the Elim. Yanis. Not quite sure where he might be. Take a look at what actually went down here, though. Oh. Oh, no.
Hey, everybody's got to try and do something different. And what better time to experiment than in the final lobby of game day number 1 with the 2-day format to work with. Twy, Cringe, they'd had so much early success in that very first game, and then after that, it's just been a little bit of a roller coaster ride with them. Up, down, all around, but XZ and Chris Buka, they need this. They need to win this fight here. Twy in the 1v1. XZ trying to gauge whether or not it's worth it to just go for the finish. On the one hand, it would put them in a, you know, reboot play opportunity. On the other, end of the road, and then you are left on the last couple of pages of the leaderboard. Twy doesn't want to risk their current position. He'll opt to disengage first. Circling back around, though, to focus in Thomas. They've got company. Garm and Deemish one more time, but they've also got a lot of time to work with, but they definitely want to avoid surge blows.
Playing the slow game. What's good for these duos that are on the lower end of the leaderboard, I mean, the cutoff, I say only, at 114 points. I believe in the last match, Sky and Scroll almost got 100 points in a single match. So if you do just get one very solid game, doesn't even have to be a win, it's almost enough to push you into that top 20 and be in qualifying range for Dusseldorf. So a lot of these teams still have a very good chance at qualifying, so they'll just have to mix it up for day 2 or end day 1 here with a strong game.
But look at that flashing of the leaderboard right now. You've got teams inside of the top 10, 7th and 9th that have already been eliminated. So that's opportunity now for teams that are just underneath those ranks to try and build their way up. Try and overtake, a little bit of leapfrog action. Close things out here. Game number 1, Surefour and Repairs, 156 points. Very realistic opportunities to be one of those teams that could potentially squeeze their way up another placement or 2 on the leaderboard overall. But Keto and Hydro holding steady. Venus and Fnatic also in their surge phase. gonna complicate things further.
The one match, Chat Flixie got the perfect zone pull. They won it. Will we get a repeat here? So far, it is a bit more north, but they're hoping for the best.
It's like grouping right now, though, on the leaderboard. Chat Flixie in the 180s, Tika Malabuka, Skyjump Momsy. Teams that are also in that 180. Cheating Giannis, just above that, 190. And for Chat Flixie, oh, hold that thought, though. Cringe and Twy. Laurent kind of mix up. Darm and Deemish. They've really been playing catastrophe for so many other duos in this lobby all throughout the course of today's games.
Nice shot connecting from Twy as well. Darm Deemish, though. We don't want a catastrophic finish to day one from them. This is a big duo. Had an amazing year in 2025. We don't want to kick off 2026 in a low point.
Just taking, feels like every single one of the med kits right now from the vending machines. Twy at least has one to work with, but the way that Darm and Deemish are kind of settling in here, looks like they don't mind taking a stretched out rotate. They've already done the damage to Twy as is, and they can likely still choose to hold him at bay. Even if he goes for the reboot this late on, Darm and Deemish could just look to choke point them when they make their next rotation. They're likely going to have to run into them one more time.
Wow, it's crazy actually how many duos are still in Storm. I mean, we had kind of the main Storm meta last season, but has been less prominent this season. However, we're seeing a lot of play here in the major finals. Twy now gonna go for the reboot.
There's just so much gold available on the map that it makes it a lot more feasible for teams to kind of make delayed rotations, sit inside the Storm a little bit longer, but then you are exposing yourself to the risk of Storm sickness, and while we haven't seen it directly for anybody here today, it could still be an issue. You see, having a whole lot of trouble right now with Focus and Thomas, and that's going to be another pairing of eliminations here for Focus and Thomas to start things off for Game 6.
I'm just looking at that leaderboard. Someone's got to do something about Sky and Scroll. Thomas HD, Focus once again, joining the action against Deemish and Darm. They can't get enough, but Focus is actually going to be the one that gets knocked down. It's now a 2v1. This is devastating for Thomas HD and Focus.
They knew. They knew how hurt Thomas was. There was never a world of survival there, but that is so disastrous right now for Thomas and Focus. They were just not anticipating a team to be this far out in the Storm, hanging around the gas station, and just punishing them so steeply. Even just a little quick review of eliminations that just went down, but Darm Deemish, they are really causing so many problems in this last lobby of the day. You know, never let them know your next move mentality through and through.
Panzer Yapko, 175 above. They do have a nice position here in zone, but without the elevation, I'm not sure how many opportunities they'll get. 4 more tags, but it doesn't seem like it's too big of a problem from the here.
Kiri, Moneymaker, who's going to come out on top, both throwing slugs at each other, and Kiri, Moneymaker won't be able to withstand the additional cheat in Giannis. They might even be able to continue that aggression against Kitty. Have to wait and see. Scroll though, this is we've seen. You could tell me this was a replay, and I would believe you, Takada. Okay, Sky, Scroll, pressuring teams, trying to make their way into edge of zone, and they're just beaming them the whole way through. There is just no one that seems to escape their sights.
They don't miss. They're doing everything right. even when they're put into a bit of panic and they kind of get on the borderline of surge, they still make something happen. Again, is forced to pop a medkit, 294 above. But without his teammate cheating and all these players rotating through, all these duos, gonna have to make a big play here. But unfortunately, that will be his demise.
We saw the reason why he'd pause. He knew Harko and Kid were right there, but 5-tick storm at your back. You don't have any other options to run into your own demise. Chat, Flixie. Rough go here in Game 6.
This is a duo, too. Had very high expectations going into 2026. I mean, coming from especially Flixie's performance in 2025, winning Major 1, second Major 3, 6th Major 2, even 14th in Globals. But they just haven't been quite living up to those expectations. The thing is, it is a duo that's capable of performing in these lobbies, so I'm hoping for day 2 we can see more of them. But for Sky and Scroll, they've been living up to those expectations now going into this major final. Chap doing what he can to clutch it as a solo, but when you're 300 below, you only have so many options.
Quite a ways away from Surge being turned off too, so Chap just have to get it done the old-fashioned way. Looking back, trying to see if he can set up, make a play. Sky Scroll, though, they really have just been delivering on all fronts. Their placements throughout the day, paired alongside consistent eliminations. And they're looking to just add another lobby to their count, but 16 below now. It'd be nice if they could find somewhere to deal damage. Opportunity might present itself here soon enough. A lot of teams kind of stuck in this South Zone congestion. And they've also got ample amount of fields, and they are going to be shot right back up. 146 above now. No longer feeling the same kind of pressure, but Chap is just in a world of hurt right now. He's hoping to deliver some kind of pain to somebody else instead, but won't get the chance. Alive by the lobby.
Homework time on to day 2. Syaz and Scary, 629 above the threshold. The confidence is there, and our #1 duo has the pressure. Scroll, Sky is fully capable of solo clutching, but with the amount of damage he needs, this one is going to be extra difficult.
Hold on now. Sky and Scroll, if they're both eliminated this early, that's not a lot of placement points, that's for sure, Takada. So might make Thomas and Focus feel a bit better, and sure enough, they're going to meet their end. Harko and Kid being able to just cycle in on the where Sky trying to escape from. But Pablo, Chino, our second place team, this is going to be their best opportunity to play catch-up if I've ever seen it.
It's now or never. Chino and